Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back. We are back, and we're excited to bring some news about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Today, I'm with the one and only.
Hey, this is Flame. I'm very excited about this, so let's see what we have today.
And though this is, we play video games, don't forget we also talk about other news such as TV, movies, comics, anime. We talk about all that good stuff. We get into that good stuff. Any good news media wise that's going on, we like to hit on. And Spider-Man is something that we are hyped for as not only DC fans but Marvel fans, seeing as this is going to go off the comic books. It's going to be comic book accurate, and they're throwing in like different ones. For example, we got the Man Spider, we got comic book villains, we got Boomerang, we got the
The
Hand.
Hand, is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
the hand. The hand is in there from Daredevil. I'm really excited teasing at a Daredevil collab. Hopefully, like Daredevil team up. I'm really excited for that. I'm just excited for the overall movie. But before we get into the juicy details, let's go ahead and we're gonna try something new here. We're gonna like play video game music from you know uh, a popular game. We're gonna do that each podcast, but we're gonna test it out first. See how you guys like it. Let us know in the comments down below. We're gonna play a 30-second snippet from the game Watch Dogs 2. We're gonna play their theme song. It's a pretty popular and overall really well written theme song. If not, in my books, top three. In my books, top three. Um, so let's go ahead and give it a play. Let's go ahead and give it a listen, and we will be right back to get right into Spider-Man Brand New Day. All right, forgot to mention though, um, Watch Dogs 2 is a game where you play as a hacker in a group of hackers, and they work as a team, and their team is called DedSec, and they work together to take down these evil corporations and to have internet freedom across the web for everybody. And it's a really cool game, really cool open world hacking game. And if you have not heard of it, you have not played it, I highly suggest you check it out. 10 out of 10 in my books, as well as Watch Dogs 1. But without further ado, let's get right into the trailer. So, Flame, what are your thoughts
Mm.
on the trailer? I know I've been talking a lot. Let's hear your thoughts, your opinions, and what do you think?
Okay, so I think the trailer is really interesting because it's a lot of so a lot of people are making fun of it on on Twitch and YouTube because he looks really depressed and upset and stuff. But with what we've seen in most of the comics, this is from what like the most comic accurate Spider-Man I think we possibly have ever had, if we're just going off what the trailer's showing. And I think that's really exciting.
Yeah, that is. One thing that piqued my curiosity was the Man Spider. I don't really know much about that comic, and I know in previous podcasts you have mentioned Man Spider, and the only thing I know about it is he essentially is his body, his DNA is mutating to survive, um, because it's due to his isolation. You gotta remember that no one knows Peter Parker anymore. It's just Spider-Man. So he's by himself. He's depressed. He's isolated, and his DNA is mutating to cope with that, to defend him. It's like a defense mechanism. And from what I've seen from Man Spider, and my knowledge of it, it can go two ways. There's like two. there's two endings. There's the good ending where he like makes peace and he doesn't mutate to a man spider. He keeps his body, but he keeps the buffs. He keeps the enhanced Spidey sense. He keeps the enhanced strength. He keeps the organic webs, all that good stuff, and that's the good ending. The bad ending, from what I've seen, is he turns into man spider for a split second, and he like cocoons up, and he turns into a poison. Um, I'm not really that familiar with it. I do apologize to the audience, but I do know we have someone in here who is familiar with it. So, what do you know about that? Give us your knowledge.
So from what I remember, there's like multiple times where he's kind of gone through a spider transformation. Um, Poison was just him dying, and he wasn't turning into a spider. That was just like um, Venom saved him from death, and that was like a one-off thing. I don't think that's happened multiple times. But it is interesting how like people have taken different shots at this. There is one where he keeps the buffs and he's just like a normal person, but that's I think a spider god gives him those powers. So it's either been mutations just with his body, like the trailer's shown, or the spider god induces it onto him, or Venom is trying to save his life with the symbiote. So it's like a mixture of different things depending on who does the actual destroying.
Gotcha. One thing, looking at the trailer, I absolutely love the trailer. But one thing, looking at it, can we peep that? I know I haven't watched She-Hulk yet. Who has? Um, but apparently from She-Hulk, not to throw hate at Disney's She-Hulk. But from She-Hulk, apparently Bruce Banner has gotten a wrist device that allows him to control when he hulks out. And from my knowledge, everyone has forgotten Peter Parker, right? Everyone's forgotten who he is. But in the comics, Hulk remembers Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So that would be interesting if they keep that little Easter egg in there. That would be the cherry on top of the cake of an already good Spider-Man movie. Going back to Hulk, Punisher is also in there, and it's funny how he calls him Frank. I think that's kind of funny.
It definitely is, because like no one is really that close to him, besides like Daredevil and have you seen the show?
Defenders, the Defenders. Oh yeah, I have seen Daredevil and I have seen the Defenders. But I don't know why. I think the Defenders came up in my head because I was thinking of the Hand, and I'm just really excited for that Daredevil team up. But I have seen Daredevil, and I'm excited for the new Daredevil that's coming out, Daredevil Born Again, the new season. I just saw the trailer for it today actually. I didn't sit down and watch the whole trailer, but I saw like a snippet of it where he's like holding a gun and he like looks back at two of the guards and he just smiles. So I'm really excited to learn more about that, see what's going on in there. But go ahead. What were you saying?
I was saying that those are like the only people that are really close enough to Punisher to call him like Frank, which is just like the Daredevil kind of team. And it's interesting because I don't think we've seen an interaction with Spider-Man and Punisher before this. I might be wrong, but in the MCU I don't think that happens. So I wonder how that's gonna go, or like it's gonna be a time. Well, it's definitely a time skip.
Karen is Karen. I don't know if you watch the show Punisher, but Karen is also.
Oh no, yeah,
Yeah.
I consider her like a part of the. Well, I'm not gonna say anything because like if you didn't watch Daredevil, like if people didn't watch Daredevil Born Again, that's gonna be a spoiler. But I consider her a part of the Daredevil like group.
Well, I think you're gonna talk about it. It's been long enough.
Okay, so like in it, she leaves Matt after Foggy dies, which was an interesting start of that show. But since they all like work together and that's how she was introduced to the Punisher, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Apart from. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will say the bullet scene where it has like there were some, I don't know if this was like fan made or this was an actual poster, but there are some posters where there's a Punisher bullet going by Spider-Man's mask, and that gave me like like I was like, oh, is this a possible storyline where Spider-Man gets killed? And that would be
No.
sad.
No, that definitely wouldn't happen. Because he has the enhanced spider sense.
No, he does, but like in the Ultimate Universe, he gets killed by the Punisher.
Yeah.
Kind of.
One thing that that really stuck out to me in the trailer, and I think it stuck out to a lot of people, is the note. And we're gonna open up a huge can of worms here. The note, right? We know in what was the movie where he made the wish that everyone forgets?
Oh,
it was No Way Home.
Was it No Way Home?
I think it was No Way Home. Correct us in the comments down below if we're wrong. But remember when Spider-Man wrote that note and he was gonna tell him and like just pretty much just trauma dump to a bunch of strangers at this point on, I wouldn't say trauma dump, but just like a whole bunch of lore that they don't remember with a person that they're supposed to remember, and I think that'd be kind of funny, but he never did. But in the trailer he keeps the note, and people were saying that everyone forgot who Peter Parker is. They still remember Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, they do. So interesting. I don't know if you noticed this. I didn't notice this until someone pointed this out. In the scene, I think, where he's over at MJ's house for like a housewarming thing.
Yeah. At the end, he has like the flowers, I'm pretty sure, or something like that. But either way, they interact. Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, you're a friendly neighborhood." You're like, "Oh, you're a friendly neighbor." And behind them, I think
it's the Spider-Man. It was supposed to post pictures of Spider-Man.
Yep.
It was. I saw that.
People were thinking, oh, with what she's saying in all of those pictures, where it's obviously like a clue board.
They're gonna get back together.
That's what people. So people were like, in regards to that, people were wondering if the new guy that she's dating is the MCU version of Paul. If you know the comics.
Oh yeah.
And
I think at this point everyone has a Paul.
Everybody does have a Paul.
In the superhero universe.
Definitely.
Especially in Invincible, season 4 is really good. Just gonna throw that out there.
No, that's fair.
But yeah,
people were.
Oh, go ahead.
That was cool. Oh, did you actually see what the note said?
Did I read the note?
Yeah.
It should be the same note from the last movie, you know?
It is, but people were like, "Oh, what's this note?" and they blew it up.
Oh.
So like you can actually read it now.
Gotcha. No, but they're definitely gonna remember. Another thing too that people pointed out was that she still has a necklace on. And also another thing is that she would have to remember that she has a boyfriend, right? And then like, because she forgot who Peter Parker is but not Spider-Man, she should connect the dots that maybe it's Spider-Man, because she knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. But I mean, at the same time, no one knows the identity is so secret. So basically what I'm saying is they should remember helping Spider-Man and all this stuff. So it should, if he gives them the note, it should make sense. Like they should remember.
Well, I think it's like they know of Spider-Man, which is why they're researching who he is.
Hence the board in the back, right?
Exactly. But also, if you look back at the last movie, he has like no records of himself at all. Like, he didn't. He had to get a new He had to get a new ID.
Gain the lead.
He
Oh,
had no records from school or anything, which is why he couldn't get into Harvard. And they just can. Yeah. So I think I don't know why how that happened.
So
'Cause that
how it
shouldn't be
happened?
that, but
You talking about how, like, remembering why he had to make people forget?
no, not that.
Oh.
Like it's making people forget you exist. But then there still should be physical records of you unless they did the spell differently than the way it sounded like they were doing it.
No, I think the spell worked how it was supposed to work. Because he made people, he told Strange to like make it to where no one would know who Peter Parker was. Like remember him or know him, like at all. And the spell worked exactly like that. No, like no records, no nothing. You don't exist. Or ghosts.
I get that, but like there's a difference between like forgetting and just not existing in like anything. But I don't know. But I do find that who do you think the boyfriend could? Because I don't think we know a name for the new guy she's with.
Let's go with So you want me to come up with a name for him?
No, I was just like, who do you like based
Oh.
off comics and stuff? Because this seems like the most comic accurate movie, Spider-Man movie we've had so far.
Let me think. I don't know. I don't know who it is. Who do you think it could be? It would have to be Paul.
That's what I was thinking.
It would have to be Paul. That's my only guess.
Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know, because he could be like they could just go with that. It's like, oh, I have a new life now, or whichever way they go. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think though about? Oh, sorry.
No, go
I was gonna
ahead.
ask, what do you think? Because people were saying that, since Ned didn't really have any friends besides Peter, that Ned grew up thinking he had no friends.
What? What?
Yeah.
MJ? Oh no, never mind. He would, yeah. So he would have
then, like-
grown up with no friends.
Exactly. But then how did he meet MJ? Because then, like with Happy, he was like, oh, I knew her through Spider-Man. So then would they just know each other through Spider-Man? But then how would that? I don't know.
That's why they
I
were
just-
researching Spider-Man and trying to figure out who he was, because they probably like thought like something's not right because, you know, that's why it's all on the board.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. What part of the trailer got you the most excited, if I can ask?
Seeing the villains.
The villain?
Yeah, the villains. Just, you know, like I said, not even the villains actually. I would say like the whole thing, but it's just the accuracy, you know, the dedication to the fans finally getting what we've been asking for the past years, and that was just simple movies, simple TV shows based off the comics. DC fans and Marvel fans, we're eating good this year. It is a good. It's good to be part of those fan bases because that's all we've been wanting. And it's not like it's the hardest thing in the world, because the comic is already made. That should be your storyboard right there. I mean, besides that, you know, getting some like, you know, some filler time to make an hour episode, because not every comic book shows stuff that goes on in the middle. Not everyone. But I mean, besides that, it's like it should be the easiest thing to just shoot out content. I mean, you gotta find actors and everything like that, but in terms of the storyboarding and the shots, you got it all in the comic book, man. Light work, no reaction. Like, you should just be steamrolling through. And that's all the fans really want, is just something that goes off the story, you know? And just see like, cause these comic books are like old, man. So these are like some people's childhood. And like to see it like on the big screen, just either animated or live action, that's just something that is just so cool. Cause you're not looking at still images anymore. Though the artwork is pretty good in some of them, is amazing, I should say, spectacular. No pun intended.
5
But
minutes remain.
you know, just to see stuff animated, voice act, and just put on like the screen, it's just something special. And that's like going. What was I gonna say? You guys pretty much know what I'm saying. But one thing that I hope they do is that, I don't know if you guys heard about this, is that
Kills to win.
I can't remember who's the maker for it, but they're creating a limited time 6 to 5 issue comic book series called Spider-Man Long Way Home. And it takes place, I was talking to you about this before. It takes place on, you said Savage Jungle?
I think it's Savage Land is what it's called, maybe?
Savage
But I might be wrong. Because it's like a prehistoric area. But I don't know the exact name.
It's a limited series by Jonathan Hickman and Adam Kubert, and it has Peter Parker, you know, Spider-Man, Hulk, and the Punisher, the same 3 people from this movie, and they race to secure AIM's cosmic cube, and they fight each other along the way. That sounds hype. I really hope they do that. I really hope they do that, because I'd really love to see that. That seems pretty cool. Even if it's like not even in a movie, just like animated. I love to see that. And I'm hyped for the comic book.
Game over. Victory.
Good job.
Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna be really cool.
But yeah, apparently, do you think that we will get a Daredevil team up? I really want that.
I think I saw this again. If this is a real poster, awesome. If not, I'm just lying over here. But, I think I saw an image where Spider-Man was like sitting.
Yes, I
upside
know what
down.
you're talking about. I saw that exact same poster. He's sitting on the steel
Yep.
beam with Nelson and
Murdock
Murdoch.
thing.
Yeah, their
Next
law
to the
their
body,
law
but-
firm. Yeah. Dude.
And I don't know if you saw,
Extraction.
but there's like been analysis of clips where he's fighting the hands, and there's space below him,
Extract more
and people were like,
targets.
"Oh, this is similar to the Spider-Man No Way Home thing." So they had the 2 other Spider-Man below him, and they just cropped them out.
Oh yeah, I saw that too. Cause they were saying like they were looking at the guards below, right? And they were like highlighting their eyes, the empty space.
No, yeah, exactly.
But you know, before we end our podcast here today, we in the episode, Spider-Man, brand new day,
Enemy converted.
July 31st. Really stoked. Oh wait, also Jean Grey is in it too, apparently, right? Sadie Sink, she's playing that character.
Ladies,
Saying,
yeah. That's the theory because she's wearing. Oh, people were like, oh, she's wearing green, and she has like red hair, and I think did she play? Is that the same person who played her in? I don't remember. Who played her in the X-Men movies? Like the reboots.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person. I don't.
Okay, no,
I
yeah, that
don't.
was
I
mine.
don't
was
remember.
thinking
I
of-
don't keep up with my actors. I don't keep up with my actors.
No, I don't either. I just don't remember names sometimes. But no, Sadie Sink wasn't in it. But people are sure that based off her outfit, like the colors, and they haven't announced the name, that might be her, or might be Madeline Pryor, which is like a clone, an evil clone, but we don't know anything about that yet.
People were also speculating that it could be like another character that's associated with the Man Spider.
It would be, oh yeah, there's a ton of possibilities, because there's also, what's her name? There's a Spider-Woman character, I think, who has red hair. I don't remember what her name
Spider Woman. Spider Woman.
is. No, but like, because there's multiple. So some of them don't share the same name. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of the name right now.
But yeah. Now we're gonna end the podcast. But before we do, we got a new thing that we might, do in future projects, depending on how it goes out. But we got a clip of the day. We got a clip of the day, and basically what the clip of the day is just like a 30-second max clip of just a moment in a video game, either funny, epic, clutch, and we just run it. And you guys just send me your clips via TikTok. My TikTok will be in the description, along with my Instagram. Send me your clips there. And if you are lucky, I'll pick one of those clips and I'll put them in the podcast, and you'll be there. But this is a new thing. We got a clip coming in from Joey Trap. Joey Trap. Joey Trap. I'm sorry. It's just it's just a funny gamer tag. But yeah, we're gonna run this clip, and we will be back.
Next point wins. Next kill wins. Assassination. Game over. Victory.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for the day. That was a really exciting clip right there. That's all the time we have for the day. Once again, really hyped. We're really hyped for Spider-Man Brand New Day to premiere in theaters. And we'll see you guys in the next podcast video, whenever that will be. But once
We'll figure
again,
that
it's
out.
always an honor, it's always an excitement to tune in. And once again, I'm Extra Volts, and
Flame?
we'll catch you guys in the next podcast.